Okay, here is something that I wanted to bring up as far as sort of a nice area for being able to have framing. What we've been able to do is we kind of built into our framing area here, into our studio, an area that we can have a deep cabinet. It's actually just real simple Formica countertops that were not very expensive, but we made them real wide. Then we got these self-healing mats made by the Elvin company, and they're just large mats. I was able to put a couple of them together, so I've got a great surface to be able to lay out, use for framing. It doesn't damage the frames because it's a slightly softer material, as well as the fact that it's a great cutting surface. And so it's something that just is a multi-purpose area. We can wrap portraits and things as they go out the door. It's all right in here in our studio area, in our production area. Our computers are right over here to my left, and so forth. But we also put together our wrapping paper here right on the end, which incidentally leaves a nice place for having all of the measuring you're going to have to put up with that because this was supposed to be there, but I had just taken it out. This was, we keep all of our rulers in here and so forth, and that's something else that I kind of wanted to cover just a little bit when it comes to these areas that have, being able to cut and trim your portraits and so forth if you do your own work like that. Having a really good ruler is something that is fantastic, but so often they're just made out of metal, and the larger ones typically don't have the cork on the back like you see with the small ones like this one right here. It's always nice because they've got that cork and it protects the print. But we found out a fun way of being able to do that, have something that's of quality and protects the print. And that is that we found this material from 3M called Safety Walk. And it is doesn't have any grit in it, which is an important part. It's not the kind that is like sandpaper, but it's just a nice textured material that has a grip to it. And what that does is it doesn't allow the ruler to be able to slide across the print. It really grabs it. So if you've ever had a situation where you're trying to trim a print and you put it on there, and as soon as you start it kind of wants to wiggle sideways and you end up with not a perfect cut, well, this is something that can really help you. It's self-adhesive. You're able to, in this case, because this is a 2-inch ruler, you're able to just roll on the 2-inch stuff. You'll notice with a thinner ruler, they have the thinner stuff. I think it's a 3/4 or 1-inch stuff that you're able to put on a thinner ruler. I do like the thicker one, and as a matter of fact, I did want to mention that this is my favorite one by far. I love this one for doing trimming prints. It's made by Helix, and as a matter of fact, it was originally a T-square. And so it's something that I found to be just super practical. I love the size of it, I love the stiffness of it, and by the time I put this on the back of it now, it just ends up being something that's awesome for being able to trim prints. If you do a lot of big prints, then I really like this one that I got at Menards, which is called the Max Stick. And so this one is a 4-foot stick, and so it gives us a larger area. It's extremely stiff. It's even got kind of a safety area for you to be able to hold as you're trimming the prints and so forth. And so it's something that just some nice suggestions for people that are wanting to do their own mounting, trimming, and so forth. As well as we're going to cover in our next clip a few of the other tools as far as organizing yourself with your framing tools.